grandmothers accused of covering up the Pike County massacre will be back in court this week. Investigators say Frederica Wagner lied about buying several bulletproof vests online. They were allegedly used during the killings of 8 members of the Roden family in 2016. We'll let you know what happens in court this week right here on Channel 7. FedEx says an operational error prevented a package from Chinese technology company Huawei from being delivered to the U.S. The announcement comes just weeks after the shipping giant said an error led to the Chinese firm's packages being misdirected. FedEx has apologized. Huawei is at the center of a trade dispute between Washington and Beijing. Air Canada is investigating how crew members overlooked a sleeping passenger and left her on a plane. The airline said it happened earlier this month after a flight to Toronto. The woman said she woke up alone in a dark and cold aircraft. She finally managed to unbolt the cabin door and yelled to a grounds crew member who helped her off of the plane. Today marks 1 year since a Thai soccer team was rescued after being trapped for 17 days in a flooded cave. The 12 boys and their coach honored a diver who died trying to save them. They also thanked hundreds of volunteers and divers from around the world.
Ordeal.
Get a little bit of closure, right, and see, okay, we're back here and things are okay, and I know that the boys are good, and be able to reconnect with people that we formed relationships with.
Nearly 4,000 people ran in a marathon there this weekend. Money raised from the race will go toward improving conditions in the cave where the team was trapped.
All right, McCall, I'm going to put in a special request on behalf of all of the Miami Valley. Can we just get 1 day without rain?
Sure.
Okay.
And I'll give you more than one.
Really?
We'll have several days without rain, but what I'm going to give you in replace of that is heat and humidity.
Oh, no.
I know how much you love it.
Yeah, that's going to be just terrific for my hair.
Mine as well.
Yeah.
But if you've been wanting the summer heat, it is on the way. First, we have to deal with some downpours coming through tonight. We'll get a brief dip in the humidity tomorrow. Then that heat cranks up back with that humidity towards the end of the week. And I'll show you all of that as I break it down over the next couple of minutes. First and foremost, we have some downpours working in, especially coming into western parts of Preble County, where there's a downpour just off to the west of the state line. You can anticipate that moving towards the Eaton area as we head through the next 30 minutes or so. A downpour pretty good ongoing in northern Darke County up towards Versailles, Burkittsville as well. South of the Mercer County line does extend eastward into Shelby County. We have some showers just north of Auglaize County. This is all moving slowly from west to east as we have a cold front that is still pushing into parts of Indiana, and it's igniting these showers out ahead of it. But we do have conditions that are quite stable in place, so I'm not anticipating any thunderstorm activity, nor am I anticipating any severe weather. These are just downpours coming through, and they're just the leading edge of that cold front. Now, the cold front doesn't necessarily bring us cooler air, but what it will bring is that drop in humidity. These are your dew points, as you can see on the banner there. We're in the mid-60s. When you have dew points that are the 60s and pushing 70 degrees, that's when it feels that tropical muggy-like weather. Off to the west in the low 60s and upper 50s out towards Cedar Rapids, we'll bring that in for about 24 hours tomorrow, and then we start to pump that moisture and the heat back into the region. Futurecast shows those downpours passing through over the next couple of hours. By around 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, all is quiet and clouds break, and we'll wake up to a mostly sunny sky. Tomorrow will be mostly sunny all day long, and it will be pleasantly, comfortably warm. But keep in mind, with the sunshine out there, we'll have a very high UV index. We're just a couple days past the summer solstice, so that means the sun is at its strongest of the year. So that means you could develop a sunburn in as little as 30 minutes if you're not protecting yourself. Limit your time and your exposure to the sunshine between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. when the UV rays are at their highest. Tomorrow's high, right in those lower 80s. That's on par for where we should be in late June. As far as the humidity, as I mentioned, it'll be somewhat comfortable for tomorrow. We start to feel the humidity building on Wednesday, and then it becomes muggy to almost miserable, I would say, depending on who you ask, for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. That's because we're not only going to have the humidity, but those temperatures, they're going to be up close to 90 degrees. Futurecast shows Wednesday's the day to watch out for some pop-up downpours or a thunderstorm for the afternoon. There's 5:30 Wednesday afternoon. An isolated downpour or two will be with us as we still have the heat into the early evening hours. Sun sets and the chances for those downpours will diminish. Overall, your yard work forecast, other than those downpours and those pop-ups on Wednesday, great conditions for Tuesday and Wednesday. I put us in the fair category Thursday, not because of any chance for storms, but because of how it will feel. Thursday's heat index is expected to be around 90 degrees. Friday's heat index, 92. Saturday's heat index, 93. Summer heat. I hope you have the pool open or have some plans to take a dip in the pool if you can this weekend. Here are some summer safety tips. Limit your sun exposure, as I mentioned, between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Wear protective clothing, something that's light colored and loose fitted. Also make sure you have that sunblock on and protect yourself from the UV rays. If you are going to be near water or sand, just keep in mind that can intensify the UV rays and you can get a sunburn a little bit quicker. And make sure you're drinking lots of water. 5-day forecast, we have those pop-up chances on Wednesday, otherwise we're in the mid-80s, and then we're quiet until the weekend when we could see a few more pop-up storms Saturday and Sunday. Typical summer-like weather with highs in the upper 80s, heat indices in the low 90s. Check in tomorrow with meteorologist Dante Jones. He'll have the latest on that heat wave on the way.
All right, thanks so much, McCall. A college student gets into a lift and then disappears. What family and friends are saying about the woman who has been missing for a week.
Breaking news, weather, and traffic. Weekdays starting at 4:25 a.m.